Hey, beautiful night, beautiful night, beautiful night, beautiful night, people. Let's get here today and get it sorted again. Beautiful night, people. How are you doing today? This is a night economy, and we are here to just make things happen. All right? Are you here? Taddy Cash is here with you today, my people. How are you doing? How are you doing? How are you doing? This is the moment that can transform your life. This is the moment that can literally change your life and move you to the next level. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Let me see who is here with me. Madam Catherine, it's good to have you here again tonight. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. It's a beautiful time. It's a beautiful evening. Let's make this happen. Let's make this happen. Let's make this happen. All right? Let's make this happen again. Let's make this happen again. Let's make this happen again. Beautiful night, people. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. It's a beautiful day. Let's make it happen. My name is Tade Cash, and I'm so honored to be here with you. Oh, my. Let's see who is here. Let's see who is here. Let's see who is about to make it go down, and let's blow the rooftop because it's a beautiful day. Thank you, madam. I'm honored to have you here this beautiful night. The night economy. The night economy. This is where we are. This is where we are. We gather almost every night to make it happen. We gather almost every night to do this. We gather almost every night to see ourselves move to the next level because it's very important. Oh, Janani, it's good to have you here today. Beautiful night, beautiful moment, beautiful day from different part of the world. In Australia, I think it's about almost 9 a.m. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. Let's do this again. Let's do this again. Let's do this again. Let me see who is available. Let me see who is here with me today. Let's do this again. Let's do this again. Wow, it's a wonderful day. It's a wonderful day. Let's make it happen again. Wow, life is beautiful. You must have heard a word like people say things, let's do what we love. Most of the time, when people do what they love, they end up hating what they love. All right? Because we are not in this world to necessarily do what you love. We're in this world to do what people love they can pay us for. As far as economy is concerned, we are in the world to do what contributes, do what help all the people. All right? Because you see, the more you see result in what you do, the more you have passion for what you do. And so you don't have to love selling. You just need to sell. If selling contribute to others. If someone told you that, the last thing I bought from you changed my life, guess what happened to you? You want to do more of it. When you win, winning inspires action, or rather winning inspired passion. Oh, Sunday, it's good to have you in the night economy today. Beautiful day, beautiful day, beautiful day, beautiful day. Ooh, beautiful day, beautiful day, beautiful day. It is a beautiful morning. It's a beautiful night. It's a beautiful day wherever you are. Good. Awesome, Sunday. It's good to see you here. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. You don't have to do what you love. Do what contributes. Do what people love to pay for. All right? Because the more you do things that people want to pay for, guess what happened? The more passion you have for doing it. Because you see people winning inspires passion. The moment you are winning, passion grows. The moment you are winning, you begin to have more passion for what you're doing. The moment you are winning, you begin to have more passion for it. And so instead of just focusing on doing what you love, do what contributes. Do what helps other people. Do what changes life, all right? I don't have to love it at the beginning, but the more I begin to do it and people begin to testify and I'm seeing the result of what I am doing, guess what happened? The more of it you want to do, because that's how life change. All right, so we're here today. Do not forget to do two things. Yeah, my man, do what people want to pay for. Is it because when what you are doing is helping people and people are telling you, you're getting the feedback, guess what? Your passion rises to do more of it. And most of the time, instead of following your passion, Just do what contributes. As you see people win, your passion grows. All right. Don't do what you love and don't follow your passion, because those two agenda can literally destroy your life. It can make your life miserable. All right. So most people are trying to do what they love and without constraining what the market want to pay for, and that is causing a big problem for them. Winning inspires more action, and winning inspires passion. The moment you feel you're winning, the moment you see that what you're doing is changing people's life, guess what happened to you? If you write a book and you don't like writing book, but if you write a book and the book is changing lives of people, and people are telling you how their life is changing by reading the book, guess what happened? You want to write again. You have passion. Your passion to do more rises. Instead of just treating passion as a end in itself, begin to see it as a byproduct of what you have done. So the more you help people, the more people testify of the help that you have done. You know, if somebody wakes up early in the morning and you are praying for people, you may not feel like doing it, but every time people now come and tell you, because you prayed for me yesterday, I got healed from my headache. Guess what happened? That winning, that feedback inspire passion inside of you. So that's what passion should represent for you. But we are here again today. We're working on a short series and showing you the habit that can make you, the habit that make people prosper. But we have a twist of it this night. I have a twist of it this night. And this night economy, we're looking at the habit that make people poor and struggle financially. And so this habit, I'm going to flip it on the earth and see how people engage in this kind of habit and how you can go the other way around. Thank you, bro. Thank you. You know, and that will literally help you today to change your narrative. So what is the second habit? I started with a habit yesterday called the energy. All right. And I was able to come on, look at the way I have on my show this night. The birthday woman, beautiful, wonderful soul, Madam Temitope Lawal. Awesome woman. All right. Happy birthday once again, Mama. It's good to see you here. All right. So there are habits that make people poor. Do not forget to put the name of the people in the comments that need to see this, because there are people on your timeline that this is going to help them. Put the name on the comments so that they can see. And if this also inspired you, then if this also helped you in any way, learn to share the video 2 times, 5 times, 10 times. As many as you can press the share button, let more people get it. So today, look at what I'm having today again. Mr. Bennett of the Latara in Asaba. I'm so honored to have you guys. Thank you for showing up this day. It's a beautiful time to be here with me. All right. So I'm going to go straight to this point today because it's going to be wonderful and it's not going to be that long tonight. But I'm going to just share with you the habit that can keep people poor and how you can flip it. And what are the things that you have to do differently that can help you? Now, I spoke about the first habit, which is energy. And I'm trying to do a recap of what we did yesterday. And the video is there, you know. Thank you, brother. I honor you. I celebrate you, man. I honor you. I celebrate you, brother. Good stuff you guys do it. I see some of your guys that won the best salespeople for the month. And I'm saying, like, this is beautiful, man. Let's get it on. Let's do more stuff, man. All right, so this is it. The first habit of prosperity that you have to build that can make you prosper in any economy is what I call energy. And I was able to go and explain what energy is all about. It's the operating power of all achievement. Energy is the operating power of all achievement. Without energy, you cannot achieve, because that is where everything begins. And I didn't end it there. I also spoke about the 4 recipe of energy. You know, I spoke about willingness. I spoke about you being willing. All right. So you have to be willing, you know, and I talk about you being a producer. You have to be a producer, you know, so think about production. The more you think about what you can produce with your day. I spoke about that. I spoke about willingness. Always been willing to do whatever it takes. These are the things that fuel energy. I spoke about production, being a producer. All right. I spoke about alertness. Always be alert, focus, have an attention, be focus minded. All right, this thing fuels your energy. And I spoke about decisiveness. These are the 4 recipes of energy. And if you can apply this recipe to your everyday life, how decisive are you? How decisive are you? Success is a decision. I spoke about attention. The more energy goes in the direction of attention, energy create energy, attention direct energy. So whatever you put your attention on, you direct energy towards it. Just make sure that you ain't putting your attention on excuses. You ain't putting your attention on negativity. You ain't putting your attention on things that won't lead you to where you want to go. So I spoke about that. I spoke about production. Be a producer, not just a consumer. Ask yourself daily, what am I producing with my day? So when I woke up this morning, before I go to bed, I had the plan of who to call, the negotiations to make, the things to do today. And guess what? I get them done. Because you see, it gives you energy. Write things down. Be a producer. Okay? Write those 4 important things down that you need to get done each day. These things increases your energy. Live in a state of willingness. If you are willing and obedient, the law says you shall eat the fruit of the land. So if you want to eat the fruit of your industry, you have to be willing and obedient. So that's what we share. That's a summary of what we share about energy. Check nations that are not producing. Check individuals that are lacking prosperity in their life. This habit is missing, and this recipe that produces habit, this habit is also missing in their life. So if you can put all of these things together in the life of your people, in the life of the people that work with you, guess what happens? You begin to grow the energy. And energy is the first law, is the first habit of prosperity. If you want to prosper, you have to raise your energy. And I said, well, this is what Ralph Waldo Emerson said. The energetic rules the world. If you want to rule your world, you need to be energetic. What are the things that fuel your energy? That's what I share with you. Willingness, being a producer, attention, and decisiveness. These are the recipe. These are the 4 recipes that you have to put into your life that increases your energy. How willing are you? How willing are you? The moment you are willing, energy comes. Willingness increases energy. All right? Being a producer increases your energy. Attention increases your energy. Decisiveness increases your energy. So if you can put these things into your life, it forms an habit for you over time. And guess what happened? Because the word habit is taken from the word habitat. That means the habitat in which he dwells. You know, these are the things that fuel energy. So the moment these things fuel your energy, you find out that you are in the right habits that can take you to the habitat. Prosperity is an habitat. You must have an habit that will take you there. And these are the habits I'm sharing with you that can help you. Now today I'm focusing on the second habit. The second habit, you see, a wise man once upon a time, in more than 5,000 years ago, was sitting down with his people and they were asking him a very fundamental question. And one of them was asking him about, how he can always live and be able to maximize what he has. And this wise man said this to him, and I quote. He said, if you don't want to agonize in life, you must learn how to economize. He said, if you don't want to agonize in life, you must learn how to economize. And those sayings were very profound because a lot of people are agonizing in their life because they don't know how to economize. So the second habit that will make you prosper, and if you don't engage it, that will make you live poor and struggle financially, is if you don't know how to focus on your economy. Economy. And the economy in this sense is not just talking about personal economy. It's talking about you being prudent. It's talking about you having a life of prudency. Okay, and there are certain things. Look at every nation. Look at our individuals and never get things done. One thing that keeps them poor is wastefulness. You can't be wasteful and live in plenty. You can't be wasteful and live in plenty. So you can't be wasteful and live in plenty. And so there are dimensions in which you have to look at your economy of scale. And the first thing you have to think about is how you use your time. Are you wasteful with time? Most people never consider the usage of time. And time is what you want the most, but what you use the worst. So when it comes to economy as an habit, you have to begin to think from the economy angle. You have to begin to think about how you use your time. If you want to optimize your life, you have to regularize your time. You need to know how to use time. Life is made up of time. So you need to understand the economy of time. Whatever wastes your time is wasting your life. So you have to think about time. So the economy of time. Number two, you have to think about the economy of money. All right? You have to think about the economy of money. How do you use money? Money never comes to wasters. Money never dwells with people that disregard its usage. So how do you use money? Number one, how do you use time? Number two, how do you use money? In the economy of scale of things, how do you use your money? What do you put your money, how do you put your money to use? You can't be wasteful and live in plenty. So what you want to do is that you want to be mindful of your money. Many years ago, before I got married, I had a friend, a female friend. And so I have this diary that I call the money log. Thank you, madam. I have this thing I call the money log. And every single day I put the money that comes into my life, the money that I spend, who I gave money to and all of that. And this lady came to my house at the time and he saw it and he was like, oh my goodness, this guy, you keep account. Because fortunately, whatever you want to call it, her name was on my diary because I wrote it there too that I gave her money at the time. So she saw it, and when she was reading through my diary, she was just being curious, and she saw her name on my diary stating that I gave X and Y money to X and Y person. And she found it very difficult to see that. So what happened is, what you cannot measure, you cannot manage. And what you cannot manage, you cannot improve. So the economy of time is that you measure your time. What do you use your time for? Is that most people, all of us have 24 hours in a day. The most wise among us has 24 hours in a day. The most stupid among us has 24 hours in a day. So what makes them wise and what makes the others stupid is about the usage of the time, the economy of time. So if you want to be prosperous, one of the habits you must develop is about the wise usage of your time, the economy of time. A lot of people don't use time rightly. So you have to be mindful about the economy of few things I'm about to talk to you about. So the first thing is the economy of time. The second thing is about the economy of money. Okay. Somebody says, I don't know where my money goes. You know where your money goes. It's just like you don't put your mind on your spending of your money. You spend the money mindlessly, so you don't keep account of it. The money you don't keep account of does not count for you. The money you don't give account for does not count for you. So if you don't give account for it, it cannot count for you. All right. So what you want to do, first thing you want to do is always be mindful. Look at nations where people are poor. They never place value on the economy of time. There is no proper usage. They are not careful about the usage of time. They are not careful about the usage of money. Okay? Now, those two things. The third thing is the economy of food. Okay. At the economy of food, how do you see, look at a nation A friend of mine was in Makodi the other time, and he was talking about it on his Facebook, writing about how it's not necessarily that Nigeria as a country lack food. It's just like we don't have an economy of food. We don't have the proper usage of the food that is being produced. There is no preservation. There is no conservation of it. So as a result of that, it looks as if people, there is scarcity of things. You know, there is scarcity of things. So you need to understand in your own life, are you part of the people that waste food? Abundance does not come to wasters. They cannot have abundance of time. What you waste exclude himself from you. What you waste exclude himself from you. So what happened? There have to be a radical change of attitude. That's what the definition of repentance means. Radical change of attitude. Because the good news is that you can change your attitude towards something. And if you change your attitude towards something, the thing will change its attitude towards you. All right? Colleagues, it's good to have you here this morning. This is a night economy. Guys, do not forget to share this video. Do not forget to share with your people. Put the names of people that you feel that should watch this right away. People that this is going to help. We're talking about the habits. Now, this habit keep people poor, and they don't have to keep you poor, because the number one people, when it comes to money, they waste it. When it comes to time, they waste it. When it comes to food, they waste it. All right. Now, look at it. What is the economy of food in your house? Do you waste food? Do you allow your children to waste food? Do you misuse food? Do you engage in gluttony because you never know when it is enough? Do you allow people around you to waste resources in terms of food? The economy of food is very important. And so you need to understand that. You need to begin to think about this economy of things that I just mentioned. Number one is the economy of time. The word time, somebody says an acronym for today is my everything. Today is my everything. So you need to manage, you need to engage time, you need to use time. Oh, Stanley, it's good to have you here this morning. Stanley, it's good to have you here this morning. Please do not forget, guys, share this stuff. My dynamic people, let's share it. Let's put the names of people that need to see this on the comment section. 10 names, 20 names, and let's share it and let more people see it. So the economy of time. How do you use time? Okay, how do you use time? You need to be mindful of how you use your time. All right? How do you use your time? How do you use your money? The economy of your money. Remember, what you don't measure, you cannot manage. What you cannot manage, you cannot improve. So, if you cannot manage it, if you cannot measure, you cannot manage. If you cannot manage, you cannot multiply it. So the point is, for you to multiply anything, you must first of all be able to manage something. So a lot of people don't understand that. You waste money. The last money you heard, you said you don't even knew how the money finished. That is not a wise saying, man. So you need to understand the economy of skill, the economy of money, the economy of time, the economy of food. And then you also need to understand the economy of clothing. Ooh. The economy of what? Clothing. The cloth that you wear. A lot of people have so many clothes. They buy so many clothes they are not put on in so many times. Some people don't put their clothes in a proper way, so the clothes fades away. All right? Some people need to dry clean the clothes so that the clothes can be properly in place. So the clothes are being wasted. So you need to be mindful of the economy of your clothing. The things that you put on. You need to experience, let your appearance always be beautiful. It doesn't have to be expensive to be effective. You just have to learn to be creative with things. Things does not have to be expensive to be effective. You just need to learn how to be creative with things. So what happened? Abdullah Bukola, it's good to have you. Welcome. Thank you for joining us this morning. Now, in the night economy, I'm simply bringing you to this understanding. And as I bring you to this understanding, I'm bringing myself to this understanding. So what do you want to do? You need to understand that there are dimensions to the economy, and there are things that you need to pay cognizance to. Number one is the economy of your time. Number two is the economy of your money. Number three is the economy of what again? Is the economy of your clothing, of your food. Number four is the economy of your clothing. Okay, you need to have understanding of this. You need to know that some clothing that you keep spending a lot of money on is because you ain't keeping them properly. How well folded is your clothing? How well arranged is your clothing? You can't just spread things all around. You said you don't live in a big place, but it's not a function of living in a big place. Something was said of Jesus the Christ, that when he was buried and when they got to the place where he was buried and he has resurrected, that the lining cloth in which he was being wrapped was being properly laid on the side. Let everything in your life, as far as your dressing, as far as your clothing is concerned, be done in decency and in order. Let things be done decently and in order. Arrange your clothing. The economy of clothing, arrange it properly. Put your clothing in a proper shape. Don't wear rumple clothes. All right? Appear well dressed. Remember, it doesn't have to be expensive to be effective. You just learn to be creative with it. The moment you learn to be creative with what you have, you will always appear the way you want to be addressed. So you appear the way you want to be addressed. The economy of clothing. Stop piling up several clothes in your wardrobe that you are putting on. You're just seeing them as if they're antiques. No. The planet you live in abhors waste. Don't encourage waste. You don't have to keep buying excessive clothes, excessive shoes, and different colors of them, and load them up in a room, and you have worn them in 4 years, in 2 years. That's a waste. That's the waste. That's how nation wastes resources. That's where, things were being built, they were never used. Big cathedral being built, it was never used. Because what is not used is misused. What is not used experience abuse. So what happened? It's an abnormal use. That's what it's called, abuse, abnormal use. In other words, because things were properly meant to be engaged. So what does that mean to you? What does that mean to you? It simply means you have to begin to work around this detail. You have to begin to work around this detail. The things in your house, let it be in order. The clothing in your wardrobe, let it be in order. Let it never be said any day, any time that your wardrobe is in disarray. Because disorderliness is a sibling to poverty. Disorderliness is a sibling to struggle and to brokenness. So, the economy of your clothing, the economy of your shoe rack, and all of these things have to be put in order. Because if you want to experience prosperity in your life, the first thing you need to put in place is orderliness. Prosperity and disorderliness cannot be in the same place. Go to the place where people are struggling a lot financially. Environment where people are struggling a lot financially. Check everywhere. You'll find that you cannot see order there. There is no order. Order is the law of civilization. Put order into how your life looks. There are many things you are misplacing in your life today. Not because it's spiritual, it's habitual. Because things are not in order, so you misplace them and you often throw things. There are people that is an habit. They keep looking for their car key every single day. There are people that can't use a single pen for 2 days. They will have misplaced it. They have to keep buying it. And they thought, oh man, I don't even know where that pen is. No, that's not a good habit. That's a poverty habit. And this habit is keeping a lot of people poor. Number one, they don't have an economy of time. They don't have an economy of money. They don't have an economy of food. They don't have an economy of clothing. Number five, they don't have an economy of rest. All right? They don't have an economy of rest. You need to find time to rest. You need to have an economy of rest. You cannot overwork yourself. You need to rest, okay? You need to learn how to find a place to rest. But you can't rest without work. Because rest is supposed to follow work. After a whole full day of work, that is when you should rest. If you are resting for resting's sake, it's like you want to rest in peace. You don't rest for resting's sake. Rest is a byproduct of work. So if you have not worked, you should not rest. If resting is just your lifestyle, that's a poverty habit. Every time you are resting, every time you are resting, every time you are sleeping, no. Sleep is not meant to be loved. It's meant to be used. There's nothing like, I love sleep. You're simply saying you love living in rags. You love living in poverty because you can't love sleep. Sleep is not meant to be loved. Sleep is meant to be used. We use sleep to gain rest. We don't love sleep, neither do we love rest. I just love resting. No, there's a problem, man. Mama, there is a problem with that. So what do you want to do? You want to use rest. So you need to understand the economy of resting. Learn to sleep properly. When you sleep, learn the proper posture of your sleeping so that you don't wake up and begin to feel tired. There is a way you sleep, and when you wake up, no matter how long the sleep happens to be, you still feel tired. You are always dozing. And you have had a long night's sleep, 6 hours, 7 hours. But guess what happened? You are still not fit in the morning. You are violating the first law because your rest is supposed to increase your energy. And energy is the operating power of all achievements. But when you have slept all night and you wake up in the morning, you're still acting as if you are in the night. Something is not right. All right? So what do you want to do? You want to put that in order. The economy of rest. Learn to rest properly. Learn to spend some time and just meditate. Focus your attention. It calms your nerves. Go to bed, listen to beautiful music. Beautiful, nice music. Don't ever go to bed listening to negative things, consuming negative news. Is going to make you unrest. And that is going to reduce your ability. So the economy of rest needs to be considered. Learn to wake up early, man. Learn to wake up early if you can. The first thing you do when you wake up is to keep yourself in a proper shape. All right? This is going to help you a lot. I can promise you it's going to help you. And lastly on that economy is called the economy of recreation. Okay? There are two times. There are times for work and there are times for recreation. One of the things that you must do is that you must also find time to recreate. Because the word recreation is two words, to recreate. That means times where you just ventilate your soul, your laughter with the people that you love. But also remember, there is what we call amphulosery. Ampho is very ampho. Amphulosery. People just want to whine away. People just want to drink away. People just want to smoke away. These are amphulosery. It's not going to lead you. You just want to keep sleeping. All right? You just keep sleeping. All right? So what happened is you want to find time. After a good day of work or 1 week, you just take a little bit of time. On Saturday, on Sunday, just have some little bit of recreation. It doesn't have to be something extremely expensive. Economy of recreation. Learn to recreate. Learn to have some level of fun. But the entirety of life should not just be about having fun. That is an habit now that becomes a vice. People just want to have a fun all day. They just want to party it out all day. That's a poverty habit, That's not going to lead you to where you want to go. So what do you want to do? Rise from there. Rise from there. Now, these are the fundamentals of the part of the economy that you need to put consideration into, first and foremost. All right, so economy is very important. It's about the carefulness. It's about understanding how the usage of things should be. Because if you don't put all of these things into consideration, you are going to be harboring waste. And plenty and waste does not dwell in the same group. So you need to understand that. In your business, you need to know, if you don't economize, you are going to agonize. And these things are going to lead you into unnecessary suffering. But you know the good news. Poverty is a vice. Prosperity is a virtue. Poverty is a vice. Prosperity is a virtue. But you can turn your vice into virtue. It's called repentance. And what is repentance? It's a radical change of attitude. So you want to radically change your attitude towards life. You want to move in the path of virtue, not just the path of vice. Poverty is a vice. Prosperity is a virtue. So you want to move in this path that can now lead you to what you want to do. Now, this is understanding that you must have. So what are the things that can help you to begin to build? In life, you have to be prudent, but you don't have to be stingy. There are people that can never take care of themselves. There are people that will never put on a good clothes, even when they are making money. They would rather prefer to wear rag. I say to people, if it's two clothes that you own, at your level, make it crispy, make it nice, put it on every single time, make it well ironed. Because you know why? You are respecting the energy that brings those resources into your life. And guess what is going to happen? As you do that, to him that have, more shall be given. To him that do not have, or to him that have and disrespect what he has, that which he has will be taken away from him. So, respect what you have. Use what you have wisely. Use what you have intelligently. And this is going to literally change your life. So what are the 4 qualities of economy? What are the 4 qualities of economy that you need to develop? That if you develop these things, it's going to help you. I want to share the 4 qualities with you, just like I share the 4 recipe with you, that is going to help you to develop a sound economy. You're not going to live in a path of stinginess. Neither are you going to live in a path of frivolities. But you are going to enjoy it and going to build something sustainable. The first thing that you want to do, my friend, is that the quality of economy that you want to build is called moderation. Engage in moderation in all things. All right? And engage moderation in all things. In your eating, in what you put in your mind, engage moderation. In your clothing. A lot of people are poor today because they never engage in moderation in all things. They want to send their children to the school they cannot afford just to impress the people that ignore them. And they're literally doing things that is not going to lead them into the place they want to go. The first, if you don't want to agonize, you need to economize. And the first quality of economy is a quality called moderation. We now live in a society today that people do things out of contest. A young person want to propose to his girlfriend or the lady that is planning to get married to, and is even looking for an organizer that will help them to organize the proposal package. This guy is just trying to find his way through life. Then he decorated a whole place just to be able to propose to the lady. Sometimes it look crazy. But learn to engage in moderation. Life is in stages and men are in sizes. When I mean men, I'm not gender specific. Learn moderation. Learn moderation. Learn moderation. Learn to grow. Learn to rise. Learn to develop understanding with time. Engage in moderation. Moderation in food, moderation in drink, moderation in your spending. Engage in moderation. Moderation. Be moderate in all things. All right? Moderation is a very important tool that most of us never put into consideration. How moderate are you? All right? So you need to learn how to be moderate. Develop moderation, guys. It's going to help you. Okay? I learned to be moderate. There are things I would like to buy. There are things I would like to buy at a particular time. But learning moderation helped me to put things in perspective. And I never allow anyone to push me out of any level. I don't live my life trying to compete with other people. Rather, I live my life competing with my own future and comparing my daily living with my own future. So I engage in moderation. I engage in moderation. We are now living in a world where people are no more engaging in moderation, but they are engaging in excessiveness. All right? And this is affecting people. This is destroying families. This is destroying people's potential for prosperity. This can destroy your personal economy. You want to drive the car you cannot afford. You want to do things you cannot afford. You want to use a phone you cannot afford just to impress the people that doesn't care. Moderation. Look at how it appears in nation. What moderation level do people have? People throw parties for a naming ceremony. People throw parties, for all sort of flippy things. And guess what happened? They were not building any future for themselves. They weren't buying any asset. They were not buying any things. They just want to tell people, do you know how much the wristwatch I'm putting on cost? They're putting on the wristwatch that is going to risk and going to ruin their life because they never learned the power of moderation. Moderation is powerful. Moderation is a fundamental tool of the quality of economy that will help you to build prosperity. Without moderation, you are literally writing your own ticket to poverty. Without moderation, you are literally inviting yourself to the poverty guest house. Moderation. In where you live, the house you are living today, can you truly afford it? All right. Now, moderation. Don't be greedy. Don't be miser. Don't be a miser. Don't be, part of moderation is to live up to your level. All right. Don't be a miser. Don't try to live with a scarcity mentality or with a fearful heart. But learn to be moderate. Be a realist when it comes to living with yourself. Ask yourself, can I afford this thing now, or I should work around how to afford it? And rather than because my friends and other people are doing it. You see, it's not an act of moderation for you to engage in negative thinking about your own future. There is no moderation in thinking negative about yourself. There is no moderation in engaging in anything that can limit other people. So, learn to be moderate. It is part of modernization for you to learn to be moderate. Knowing your limit in life is strength. All right? Knowing your limit in life is strength. And so many people's challenge is that they despise their limit, then it put them in a pit. Because if you despise your limit, it puts you in a pit. Know what you can do and what you can't do. And so that is part of moderation. Know what you can do. Knowing what you can do is not weakness. By the way, it's strength. So you know what you can do. You know what you can engage in. And this is not laziness. This is just awareness. And Moderation. Some people have killed themselves for lack of moderation. They know that based on the health that they have now and the status of their health, there are some things they should not engage in. But they never put moderation to things while they are getting better with their health. And as a result of that, you suddenly hear, oh, this person just suddenly passed on. Lack of moderation can kill your potential. Lack of moderation can kill your expression. Lack of moderation can kill your opportunity for prosperity. So, moderation. Learn to be moderate. Learn to be moderate. You see, begin to check your life and begin to look at things. What are the things I need to upgrade on as far as moderation is concerned? Learn to be moderate in the way you look. Learn to be moderate in the way you dress. Learn to be moderate in the way where you live. Learn to be moderate. Moderation. Put your house in order. Stop buying excessive toys and things in the house that is not going anywhere, and it's just wasting resources that we'll have used to build fortune. Moderation. There's some people, they just keep, out of overexcitement, they just keep buying toys for their children and different level of toys. These some of the toys they have bought for their children. They will have used some of the money to buy assets for these children. And guess what happened? Because they never learn moderation. Learn to be moderate. Learn to be moderate. Guess what, husband? If you learn to be moderate, it's going to literally change your life. Moderation is key. Moderation is key. Because you see, not knowing how to be moderate is very expensive. Okay? Not knowing how to be moderate is very expensive. So moderation is very key. So, this is one of the things you want to build into your habit of economy. Moderation. If you look at a nation that is poor, just think about what I've just said to you. Observe nations and begin to put them in the spectacle of what I'm sharing with you, and you begin to see that the reason why this nation is poor is habitual, it's not spiritual. And practically, if we change this thing in our life as an individual, in the life of an individual, there are people that started business and the business started making money because they don't learn how to be moderate. They are so carried away. They buy an expensive car they cannot afford. They rent an expensive office they cannot afford just to impress people. They are not willing to grow into the position. They want to jump into it. And then they want to try to defy the laws of gravity. And that cost them a lot. And also, don't be a miser. Don't be growing. Don't also be maintaining an office that is below what you're already getting done. That's also not moderation, because it's also killing the potential of what you have already achieved. And you just need to get to that level and begin to see things in a different way. Moderation. Moderation. It's going to help you a lot. Moderation is going to help you a lot. All right, so think moderation. Think moderation. That's the first thing. Now, what is the second quality of economy that you need to develop? It's called efficiency. Okay? Efficiency. Now, efficiency is very important. Now, let me tell you a story of difference between efficiency and effort. Effort is showing up and just trying to do something. Efficiency is getting better, improving your skill. Okay? And developing skill. There is a skill set to prosperity. And a man of skill, I wrote something in my notes. I think I should just read this to you. Right? This is going to be useful to you, right? Let me see what I wrote. Okay, so you need to be a person of efficiency, Because efficiency is going. I can't find what I wrote down for you here. I wrote it somewhere in my notes. Okay, I said there is no prosperity without skill. And once prosperity is measured according to and your prosperity is according to the measure of your skill. There is no prosperity without skill, and your prosperity is measured according to the measure of your skill. There is no prosperity without skill, and your prosperity is according to the measure of your skill. I'll say that again. There is no prosperity without skill, and your prosperity is measured according. Your prosperity is according to the measure of your skill. So you need to understand that efficiency is about developing skill. Efficiency is not just about just doing things better. It's not just about doing better things, about doing things better. So you can go today, look at it. 2 persons were given a tree to cut it down. So one person collected the axe and went to the place and began to cut the tree down. The axe was dull. And the other person was also giving them, they gave him 10 hours to cut down the tree. The other person took the axe and he decided to take the axe away and sharpen it. It took him more than 4 hours to sharpen the axe. Now, by the time he came back, the other person was still laboring. He has been laboring for 5 hours. When you look at the other person from the outside, it looks as if it's showing a lot of hard work. But he was busy working on what is not working. But the other person came, having sharpened the axe, invested about 2 hours to cut down the tree. The other person spent the 10 hours without cutting the tree. What is the difference? That is the difference between effort and efficiency. Efficiency is about getting better. It's about developing a better skill. And that's why prosperity, there is no prosperity without skill. And your prosperity is measured according to the measure of your skill. So you need to develop skill. Another thing that I wrote in my note that I think we also love, that will also be useful to you, is a skill. Skill is gained by thoughtfulness and attention. Skill is gained by thoughtfulness and attention. Skill is gained by thoughtfulness and attention. A good man, a good worker is skillful with his tool. A good man is skillful with his thoughts. A good worker is skillful with his tools. A good man and woman, they are skillful with their thought. So you need to develop that. You gain skill by attention. You gain skill by thoughtfulness and attention. You gain skill by thoughtfulness and attention. By putting attention to things and thoughtfulness to things, you are going to develop skill for that thing. So that's how you develop efficiency. Better use of things. How better can you use something that you already have? How better can you use what you already own? How better can you make something? So you gain skillfulness by thoughtfulness and attention. So if you want to be skillful at things, what attention are you paying to that thing? And what thoughtfulness are you adding to that thing? So efficiency is about better use of things. You can't have a better use of things if you don't put attention to it. Better use of things. That's what we call efficiency. Better use of our road. Better use of the money that you have. Better use of your mind, of your thoughts. That's how you develop efficiency. Thinking on your work every single day. Before you begin your day, as you start your day, make it a routine to think about yesterday's work. Invest 10 minutes just thinking through yesterday's work. What were you supposed to do differently? What are you supposed to correct? Now, by doing that, you are developing efficiency at work. You are sharpening your axe by reading in the area of the work. For instance, you want to learn about money, you pick up the book, this book. You read this book, and you combine it with the close or lose and stay hungry, go starving. Guess what happened? You are developing skill. By the way, this is a book to pick. You remember there is an offer on this book, the Forex Freedom Bundle. The Forex Freedom Bundle is an amazing book. These 4 books is 28,000. Each of them is 7,000. But for this Forex Freedom Bundle, you're going to get this book for 20,000. Now, but that's not all. I'm also going to give you something. I'm going to give you another book called Follow Up or Fold Up. How to follow up. Every winner follows up on their dream. So I'm going to hand that book to read for you. It's an e-version, and it's going to be 35,000. But instead of you paying 35,000, you're going to get this bundle for 20,000. But that's not all. I have a newsletter called the Big Money Moves Letter. I show people the backdoor strategies of creating abundance and all of that, and how I'm living my own life and the strategies I'm applying. That newsletter is 30,000 per annum, but I'm going to give you for free, for the whole year for buying this book. Now that's making 65,000, but I'm still going to give you for 20,000. But that's not all. In December, I'm going to have a program called How to Win the Big Money Game for 2024. Now, ticket for that program is 100,000. For picking this free bundle, 4X free bundle, Freedom Bundle, I beg your pardon, you are going to get a ticket to that program. So, for 165,000, guess what happened? You're going to get this book for 20,000. Financial freedom is not free. It only costs you right now 20,000. So, wherever you live in Nigeria, you can get this book delivered to you. One of this book can change your life. Someone have practiced what in this book, and in the course of a year, he make his sales worth 200 million with a 10% commission on it. So by learning what is in this book and practicing it, the person is able to make 20 million for himself. And guess what happened? You only get this book for 7,000 at the time. That's amazing. To make 20 million by reading a book of 7,000, the return is infinite. Come on. So this is what happened. Just this book can change your life. All right? This book can help you to take charge of your personal economy. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't want to miss out on this. You don't want to miss out on this. This 4X Freedom Bundle is bound to change your efficiency in life. All right? So don't forget that. Now, that's what efficiency is all about. Efficiency is all about improvising and getting better at doing things. The moment you can improvise and get better at doing things, get what happened? You're going to be getting more result. It's not enough to show effort. You must show efficiency. And efficiency cannot happen without skillfulness. Skillfulness, guess what happened? Is gained by thoughtfulness and rapt attention. So, how efficient are you in doing things? Oh man, you work in an organization, you work in customer service. How efficient are you at it? You work in sales. How efficient are you at it? Because remember, the second habit of prosperity is economy. And the first thing about this economy thing is that you need to understand moderation. And the second thing is efficiency. Efficiency. It's about getting better. Getting better every day in every way. It's not enough to show effort. You must show efficiency. It's not enough to work hard. Things must work for you. Because you see, a lot of people are working hard on what is not working. Okay? They are showing effort. They're not showing efficiency. And so they complain that, oh man, they don't seem to appreciate me. I'm showing effort. I'm showing up every single day. Like the story of the person cutting the tree. He keeps cutting the tree and he's sweating it out. People are passing by. They have been seeing him cutting the tree for the past 7 hours. But remember, a skillful worker and a good person A good worker is skillful with his thoughts. Is with his tools, I beg your pardon. A good man and a good woman is skillful with his or her thoughts. So, imagine a bricklayer, a carpenter, begin to think about how to do this work better every single day. Because you have to give a thought to it for you to be better at it. So you begin to think about how to do this better every single day. How to sell better. How to serve your customers better. Every single time. Guess what's going to happen to you? You are going to develop a better efficiency. Efficiency. That is the second code. Now, what's the third quality for you engaging in economy? It's called resourcefulness. And you see, resourcefulness followed efficiency. It's like efficiency has been right. There are nations, poor nations don't lack resources. Poor people don't lack resources. They lack resourcefulness. All right? You need to understand that. Resourcefulness. How resourceful are you? Come on, think about it. How resourceful are you, man? Resourceful people are never confused. All right? Resourceful people are always getting better every single day. Be resourceful. Don't just focus on resources. Nations, there are nations that don't have natural resources, but they are very resourceful. And they are making more money from other nations' resources because the nations that have resources, they are not resourceful. So, resourceful people are always finding a way. They're always finding a way. They understood ingenuity. All right? They're always finding a better way. They're always bringing a new hope. Resourceful people cannot fail. You see, they may be down for a moment, but they can't fail totally. Why? Because they are always finding a better way to do things. They are looking for better method. They are looking for better strategy. They are always looking for things. That's what makes you resourceful. All right? They are inventful. They're thinking, okay, what can I do now? What can I do now? They are always equal to the occasion. You are always equal to the occasion. How resourceful are you? All right? Either faint in the days of adversity, your resourcefulness level is low. Why? Because you have to rise to the occasion. You have to rise to the occasion. It is being said that a righteous man is a resourceful man. He said a righteous man will fall 7 times and he will rise again. He said, do not glunt over me when I fall, because I shall rise again. That is a resourceful person speaking. You may be born in ghetto, but because you are being resourceful, you are developing yourself. It's just a matter of time you will live in the palace. You will build the kingdom. Why? Of resourcefulness. How resourceful are you? Resourceful people don't give excuses. They don't make excuses, they make ways. They find ways, better ways. They give better hopes to ideas. They find better way to get things done. How resourceful are you? Come on, think about your life. How resourceful are you? When things are given to you, do you find a better way to get it done? How resourceful are you? Or you're looking for better excuses to give. And guess what? In life, there can never be a better excuse. It can only be a bitter one. Because excuses make your life bitter. Doesn't make it better. Resourcefulness. Resourcefulness. Resourceful people don't blame their life on other people. Resourceful people don't blame their life on the economy. The resourceful people don't blame their life on the nation. Resourceful people don't blame their life on the partner that work out of them. And the reason why I'm broke now is because my partner just mismanaged the phone. No, they took responsibility for things. How resourceful are you? One of the qualities of economy is resourcefulness. How resourceful are you? You see, resourcefulness is the crown of efficiency. Is a crown that you put on efficiency is resourcefulness. Efficient people will transmute to resourcefulness because they can never be confused. They're always finding a way. They don't fail. They may fall, but they don't fail. Resourceful people don't fail. They may fall, but they don't fail. In your organization, you are finding a way to do things. You don't groan, you grow. You don't complain, you obtain. Why? Because you understand. You rise to the occasion all the time. You rise to the occasion. How resourceful are you? Come on. How resourceful are you? Now, these habits make people poor because they refuse to be resourceful. They give excuses. They're never getting better. They aren't developing themselves. They're not applying ingenuity. Okay? So, what do you want to do? Be resourceful. It's not the nation that has. There are many people that are obviously have few talent in their lives, but they are not. Their talent is like the resources they have. It's like having oil. It's like having gold. It's like having diamond. It's like having silver. You have the resources, but you're not resourceful. Be resourceful. Okay, be resourceful, guys. And lastly, for tonight, you need to develop this quality. It's called originality. What does it mean? To be original. I tell people, originality does not mean, Solomon the king once said, he said, there is nothing new under the sun. But there's something that Solomon is saying that he did not write. There's nothing new under the sun, but you can do something the new way under the sun. That is what we call originality. I'm sharing things with you. You can sit down with a thought I'm sharing with you. And for you to engage in originality, you have to engage in your imagination. You have to be able to use your imagination. You have to engage in individuality. You have to be able to put your individual signature on things. Or you read a book. You see, this is what I do. I read a book. I'm going to put my originality on what I've read. I'm going to ask myself, what does this thing mean to me? That's how I read the Bible too. I read the Bible and I'm looking at, there are articles, there are complete articles that I've written by just reading one verse of the Bible and spending time to meditate on it and make it my own and apply it into my life. And as a result of that, I developed the originality. The world makes way for people that are original. The world repels people that are not original. You can learn things from people, but don't slavishly imitate people. Don't blindly imitate people. You can learn things from people, but make what you have learned your own. By asking yourself, what did I learn from this? What can I say I've learned from this? You see, whatever you have learned from what I have said is what is original to you. What I have said to you tonight is mine. But what you learn and put it in your own words that you have learned from what I'm sharing with you is original. And that can only happen by applying creativity, by applying imagination. Use your imagination. Use your imagination to rule your word, because imagination is a currency. Those that knows how to exchange it will change their life. Imagination is a currency. Those that know how to exchange it will change their life. So use this imagination. Use your imagination. When you learn things, when you read things, when you hear things, ask yourself, what does this thing mean to me? What lesson can I pick from what he said? And from there, A new universe will be opened up to you. And you will say things and people are like going to say, where does it get that from? Originality means make old things appear a new way. That's originality. Now let me show you two original things. Let me show you two original things that was made from old things. There is a bread and there is a egg. Both of them are original on their own right. All right? And someone took the bread and took the egg and make a sandwich. All right? There is a bread. There is a ketchup. And there is a beef. Someone took that and make a burger. Original. And today, a multi-billion dollars have been created by using that originality. Making bread and combining bread and egg form the sandwich. Combining bread and burger forms a bread and beef forms a burger. What does that mean to you? It means that you can create new things from old things if you can be original. All right? You can create new things from old things if you can be original. Use your imagination. What you have is enough if you can imagine better. What you have is enough if you can think better. What you have is enough if you can be creative with it. Daring to be creative. All right? You thought that house of yours is not big. But if you begin to apply creativity to that house, you will amaze you how that house is going to turn out. Why? Originality. It means individuality. Let your individuality be shows and things that you do. Okay, now this is how you build an economy. This is how you save costs. This is how you save money. This is how you save yourself time. But guess what happened? New things can be created from old things. Old things don't need to remain old things forever if someone apply creativity to things. When you hear everything is same again and again, someone is not applying creativity. Creativity and imagination is missing somewhere. All right? But the moment creativity and imagination, ingenuity is now being applied to things, inventfulness, being inventful, invent things, create new things out of things. You know, a few years ago, I created a body of work called Wealth Genotype. And how did I create it? I was just studying the biological genotype of people. You know, and I began to think of it in a different way. Once upon a time, I was reading, and I saw that God rested on the seventh day. And I started thinking about it. And I said, what can the word rest means for me in the financial world? And I created the word. Rest means residual, earning, stabilizes thought. Now the truth, the people hear this because I created something new from what is old. Okay, then I look at the Wealth Genotype and I created a body of work called the Wealth Genotype. When the AA means asset addict, when the AS means active socialite, when the AC means active collector, when the SS means serious spenders. And you know what? This changed the narrative of a lot of people. And people begin to see themselves in a different way. And I've written an entire book on the Wealth Genotype that you're still going to read. I've written an entire body of work. I've even finished writing the book. What happened? It's called originality. If you know how to learn, you can create new things from old things. But most people don't know how to learn. Originality is required for you to be successful. Originality is required for you to create your own prosperity. How original are you? How original are you? So be original. See, original people get the listening ears of the word. Original people get the listening ears of the word. So there is one thing that you will say now, and I will create it in a different way. And when you hear it yourself, you will pay attention. Why? Because it's original to me. Because a lot of people don't know how to learn, so they don't know how to create a new content from the old content. New content can be created from the old content. You can read this book today, and if you know how to learn, you can create a new content from this content. And that is how we expand the body of work. But you need to learn how to be original. Original people get the listening years of the word. And these are the 4 qualities. These are the 4 qualities of economy that if you apply it, it's going to make you prosper. Great. And the truth is, this is going to change your life. So these are the 4 qualities: moderation, efficiency, resourcefulness, and guess what? Originality. Now, look at what I call it. I call it marrow. The word is marrow for me. Marrow. Moderation. So I just created a marrow for you. It's like a mirror. So you can pronounce it mirror. So the mirror for building your economy is moderation, efficiency, resourcefulness, and originality. It's your mirror. It's pronounced mirror. Moderation, efficiency, resourcefulness, originality. Now begin to find a way to apply these things into your life. Definitely the book is going to be out very soon. I'm still working on the finishing touches, editors and all of that. Is going to make that happen for you. But it's a beautiful book. I have series of couple of videos online, places I've spoken that you can see, and you can see some part of the work. But what I've shared is bigger than that. I'm able to explain it more in the book. So those are the things that is going to help you. And remember, don't forget to pick this book. This book is going to change your life, man. 20,000 is going to change your life for the rest of your life. Instead of giving me 165,000 naira, I'm going to give you a free ticket, 100,000 naira ticket into my program in December called How to Win the Big Money Game 2024. All right, How to Win the Big Money Game 2024. I'm going to give you access to my Big Money Moves newsletter, which worth 30,000. And this entire book is worth 35,000. So in totality, everything is 165. But I'm going to give you for 20,000. And I'm going to ship it to you wherever you are in Nigeria. Shut up and collect the money. How to take charge of your personal economy. All right. Close or lose, the number 1 skill that determines 100% of your income. Stay hungry, go starving, the monster habits that make you create a successful result in life. All right. I put in code here that helped me to make my first $1 million before I was 28 years old. You learn all of these things, and guess what happened? Your efficiency will grow. You're going to learn how to live a moderate life. And put all of these things together will change your life, guys. I hope I've been able to help you tonight. I hope you've been able to pick something that can help you. All right? I hope you've been able to pick something that can help you today. Remember the mirror, man. These are the quality of economy. You mirror, which is the moderation, efficiency, resourcefulness, and originality. If this has been of help to you today, if I've also helped you tonight, I need you to help someone. Share this video. Let this video go to someone there. We have done 2 parts now. We have 2 more parts to go. I've told you I'm going to show you the 4 habits of prosperity and the 4 habits that keep people poor. And so you can either target any of the ways. The 4 habits that keep people poor and the 4 habits that makes it. So lack of this habit keep people poor. Anywhere you live in the world, if you apply this into your life, you are going to prosper. So ladies and gentlemen, it's time. It's time. It's time to take your own journey. Remember, I told you, this is some of the framework that make me say to people, prosperity is a system, it's not a secret. So if you learn these things, you can rise from ghetto and become the king of the kingdom. Ladies and gentlemen, it's beautiful hanging out with you this night, economy. It's time to call it a day, but do me a favor. Do not forget, recommend these books to your friends. You can change your life if you have read it, and help to share the video. because it's going to literally change someone's life. And for you that's just watching, waking up and just watching this, there's something I need you to do. There's something I need you to do. I need you to share this video. Or what my daily routines and habits. I have a very simple routine, okay? I have a very simple routine. So but before I forget, share this video as many times as you can. Share this video as many times as you can. After this time, I go to bed, I sleep. I wake up in the morning. When I wake up in the morning, I meditate. I read my Bible. I read Proverbs every single day. Because I like my decision to be influenced by wisdom. I'm obsessed with wisdom. I want wisdom to govern my life. Because wisdom determines two things. Wisdom never walks alone. Wisdom always comes with glory and power. So I want glory, a glorious life. All right, so wisdom helped me to buy time. I'm obsessed with wisdom. I'm not obsessed with money. But you see, wisdom will make me have money. I'm not obsessed with riches. But wisdom will make me have riches. I want to be as wise as I can. And I don't want to be wise to compare myself to anyone else. I just want to be wise in this word. I just want to be wise in the things of life. I just want to be wise with the things of God. I just want to be wise in where I deal with myself. I want to be wise. And so I wake up in the morning, I meditate. I spend some time with my children. I have my schedule for the day. And then I spend some time gisting. And then I get going for the day. I don't have so many things to do every day. I have 4 or 5 things that I need to do. All right? And I go get them done. If I don't finish them, I start the next day. All right? And my life is divided into energy and money. I want to do what energizes me and what makes me more money at the same time. So I divide my time and I divide my day that way. Because time is not what you manage. Time is what you create. And when you create time, time creates money. All right, so that's how the summary of my day, and I keep getting better at it, man, every single day. And so that's how it works for me. Do not forget to share this video. I love you, and I believe that you can make the rest of your life the best of your life. Do not forget, don't accommodate negative thought. Eliminate it from your life. Because you see, the mind of God, the mouth of man is the mind of God. So you engage your mouth. The mind of man is the mouth of God. So what you feed your mind with is like what you are feeding the mouth of God with. So stop feeding your mind with nonsense. Because by feeding your mind with nonsense, you are feeding the mouth of God with nonsense. And you would not like to do that. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for this morning. I will see you again, God's willing. Keep winning. Remember, winning inspires passion. Don't follow your passion. Follow what contributes to the other people's life. And as you see people's life get better, your passion in life begin to grow more. Until I see you again, I love you guys. My name is Tade Cash.